Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? Welcome to the You're Killing Me Smalls podcast.
What is going on, people? How y'all doing today?
I got my boy saying Small. I'm the wannabe version of Small.
You still Smalls. Don't worry about that. You still Smalls, man. Don't worry about any of that.
Until we change that last name, Singleton got me on a hook.
But we back at it again with another great week. Talk about a lot of great stuff this week. I did want to talk about your week first, but how's your week been going?
My week just started. Went back to work today. I'm very excited.
Yeah, you had that weekend. You had that little vacation.
Vacation.
How was it?
My vacation was good. Like I said, I went to Charleston, came back, working on this podcast. Other than that, ain't really did too much. Smoke like always.
Man, it's always weird going back to work after vacation. How was that? How was that day back?
Today was boring.
That's what I'm saying. It always is.
So I was ready to
get out.
Donald Trump got this thing going on with the federal government. So we all got to send an email constantly.
Oh, you have a federal job?
Yeah, working.
Why are we talking about that? If you got a federal, that shit's affecting you right now. We haven't even spoken about that. So how you been feeling about all of that? I didn't even know about that.
It's been hard for me because I couldn't get a promotion how I wanted to. The promotion I was looking forward to, couldn't get it because he had to freeze on the whole federal government or whatever.
That was, about 2 months ago?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. My cousin's affected by this type of shit. I didn't even know about it. We've been talking about this all the time the last couple months, just kind of going over like if it, because it didn't really hit me. But now it's like, my cousin's going through it. So it is hitting me. That's what's crazy.
It hit me real bad because in the midst of me doing an interview, getting the position that
you were going to get it too, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be yours. See, that's how it is.
Make it go. When they came out and told us that, we're doing a freeze, no more hiring, no more promoting. It put me back and, still got some other issues that's going on that's, stopping me from getting a job. But
is there a timetable when they might be able to undo that? Have you heard anything about that?
Right before I went on vacation, They came to me and was like, hey, are you still interested in it?
Okay.
I said, hell
yeah, nigga, come on now, duh. Yeah.
I did my interview before I went on vacation. And now I'm just waiting.
Okay. Okay. Well, everybody, going need everybody out there, all our people, all of our 3, 4, 5 fans. I need y'all to put y'all's prayers up. We getting no promotion. We getting it. Okay. That sucks.
Shit.
That's good to hear though. That is at least some things are changing a little bit. Some action is being made. So I'm glad to hear that. But I mean, talk about controversy. LeBron and Stephen A.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
That shit was crazy. In the middle of a game?
This is what I'm going to say.
In the middle of a game.
It's all day. Been saying this all week. You got a grown man's son. If he cannot take a grown criticism at your bags, kid, take your ass to the G League.
To be honest with you, I'm really confused by it all because once, for somebody like LeBron, who for the last 22 years, for longer than your son has been alive, you have been getting scrutinized by several people. And you ain't never really checked him. So why check Stephen A? And I get it, you were coming to him as a father, and I get, look, I ain't got no kids yet, so I get it. You're coming to him as a father, but like,
I don't care what nobody said. LeBron was wrong. Keep the father out of it because a lot of fathers can't come to their kids' defense in the league. If we talk like, let's go back to Ja Morant when he had all those problems on, and
I haven't heard too much from T. I haven't heard too much from T. From T. You're right.
You wasn't a grown man.
I'm really confused by it all because but look, there's two sides to it all because look, Bronny in the G League is playing and averaging better than majority of some of the top players that are also playing in the G League. So players that are above him, players that are doing so he's doing really well. So a lot of this added scrutiny that he has been getting over the last 2-3 months, I don't think is warranted anymore, to be honest with you, because I think he's proven that he is at the bare minimum a really good prospect, NBA prospect at the bare minimum. But I get at the same time he is averaging only 0.6 points a game, 0.3 rebounds, 0 point. You know what I'm saying? I get that aspect, but at the same time he is a young player. He played 1 year in the league. I think we're jumping too far into this whole these young players need to be good. Back in the day, you weren't good till you're like 22, 23, 24. So, I mean, we got to keep that in mind. The kid's a young kid. He's working hard. And like I said, he's doing his thing in the G Leagues. There are two sides. So he's getting all this scrutiny right now for honestly, no reason at this point.
But I think what the problem is, is that the comments that Stephen A. Smith wasn't offensive.
It wasn't. You're right. You're right.
Only thing he said,
It wasn't offensive. I don't
he's gonna
think.
be in G League till he
Which
can,
you are.
develop.
Uh-huh.
And
Which everybody in the coaching staff, everybody, you even agree that's why he's in the G League. So yeah.
so that wasn't a bad comment.
Mhm.
And then he also stated that LeBron's son is only in the league because of who his father is. That's not a lie neither. That's facts. So for LeBron to still, get in his face and tell him, go keep my name, son, sir, sit your ass down.
Yeah, true. I give you that because
Sit your ass down.
Stephen A. really didn't say anything wrong. Everything he was saying was correct. Like I said, that is just weird because, like, why? It's almost like all this pent-up aggression that LeBron's had over these years was now putting out. It was like, y'all, you're going to go do this to my son, like, maybe it was like that, I guess, but
And not only
it
that,
came out of nowhere to me. Like, why Stephen A.? Because all the shit that Skip's been saying about your ass, and you ain't said shit to Skip.
Skip,
You ain't
so-
dare check that white boy at all for some reason, but you want to check Stephen A. for some reason. But like I said to you before off air, Stephen A. does have a little bit more. I mean, they thought this nigga, people were saying this nigga gonna be the president.
because Stephen A. Smith is Stephen A. Smith.
But the president?
I'm just saying.
Leash, the president?
He's just.
But I guess, so he does have like I said, he does have a lot of like to him, I guess. So his word does maybe put out a little bit more than. So I guess that maybe that's where LeBron's coming from, is your word speaks volumes more than just somebody like Skip, in my opinion. So when you say something like that about my son, it becomes an actual narrative. So I guess, but like you just said, he didn't say nothing wrong. Everything that he was saying is factual. It's things that you are implementing. He said you are a G League player, and guess what, nigga? He's playing in the G League. He's going to stay in the G League, but he's still playing.
Because let's think about it. If LeBron was retired right now and Bronny takes his place, you're going to still come to every game, get into everybody's face. Don't talk shit about.
That's true. That's true.
You can't do that.
In 3 years, what are you going to be at? Yeah, in 3 years, Bronny's got to stand on his own, so you better learn how to get him now.
Regardless of
But the best way to learn is going to jump into that fire. The best way to learn, so I get that,
that's
yeah.
the best way to learn. Ex Stephen Curry. Speaking of Stephen Chef,
And is that why you got the hat on? Is that why you got the hat on just because you're trying to celebrate? I mean, they doing their thing. I ain't gonna lie, they doing their thing. They doing their fucking, they are doing their thing. Like,
we got to give my boy congratulations. Last night, he hit 25,000 career points. So clap it up for him.
clap it up.
He is also 11 threes away from 4,000. So that's a big milestone.
Yo, your boy is just breaking a record on. It doesn't make no sense just how incredible that nigga is. I mean, bro, 4,000. Let me say that.
Let me keep it real
4,000 threes, people.
for a second. We are seeing a different Steph Curry. And I'm going to say this based off his last 2 games. He had a game where he played against, who did they play against? Who did they play was? And it was a foul, offensive foul call on Stephen Curry. Whoever, pushed him, Steph Curry.
Wait, you talking about the incident he had with Isaiah Stewart with the Pistons? Okay, wait. Which one are you talking about?
When he got an offensive call, the dude hit him.
Oh, yeah.
Normally, we see Steph Curry detour from those types of interactions. But my boy stood over him.
Bro, honestly, I've been saying that the last couple years.
He's a killer.
Yo, he's been, look, about 3-4 years ago, he put on that weight. He got a little more muscular, then won that championship. I think he's getting tired of, especially, I mean, look, Steph, 34 now, 35? Steph, and he's like, I'm not no kid no more, bro. I'm getting tired of y'all trying to little boy me. Trying to little kid me no more. That ain't me no more. That ain't me no more. So I love it. Like, I really do love it. Like I said, when you want to talk about the Isaiah, I don't want to jump already to it, but just look, Isaiah Stewart is not known as a basketball player. He's only known as honestly, he's probably the only true enforcer that we got left in the league that, like, you're like, I've never seen an Isaiah Stewart highlight. I've never seen anything besides him playing, like running at somebody trying to fight. Like, he has MMA highlights for NBA, and I love it, but I hate it at the same time. But to see Steph stand on business,
and that's what I like about Steph Curry.
Bend down in that nigga's face. Steph gonna get work. If that was an actual fight, so will beat the shit out of Steph. I ain't gonna do it. He would. Don't you? I mean, you looking at his face like he would. Don't you do that? Don't do that. Come on. I know you love Steph. But don't do that.
If you honestly
Don't do that.
Draymond
Draymond wouldn't let it happen. No, I'm not. I said Steph. I didn't say Draymond wouldn't let it happen. Yeah, I said, but
Stirs a bit.
But honestly, I love it because Isaiah. You could tell Isaiah actually respected Steph because I don't. You see what he did with LeBron? He tried to fucking kill LeBron.
I mean, but you see what LeBron did to his face. LeBron, like with LeBron James.
Yeah, that's true.
You ain't had to hit that man like
That's true. You see what? Do you see that video of KD hitting that nigga in the liver? No, no reason. I love it. I love it.
Certain plays is just unacceptable. So if I was Isaiah Stewart, I'm going after the king.
I get it.
Fuck out of here. But to disrespect Steph because he eating your team alive, you're a bitch. Like he literally pushed this man as he walking on the sideline, minding his business.
Yep.
So if I was Curry, me personally, do, right on the sideline. I'll take my game suspension. But that's why I said.
But
Steph get him.
I'm loving that. Steph ain't gonna do that, but I love that. I love that he at least didn't back now. I love that aspect to it.
And if you go back to a couple of weeks ago, what's his name? Iguodala told Steph, "You're that guy, but you don't know that you're that guy." And I think it's starting to sink into him, like, bro, I got that dog in.
That's straight. Sorry.
Basically saying, I got that dog in me, so I'm about to, really go out of here and show niggas like I'm about to stand on business. So I like the Steph Curry that we're seeing. I really do feel like they're a threat. I feel like
they truly are a threat right now. Like I said, I was looking up the standings as you were talking, and the fact that we said it last week, and I'm going to keep on saying it because it is honestly so impressive to me right now that they are in the 6th seed with their season. They started out extremely hot. They were doing their goddamn thing, and then they went on this horrific. They were terrible.
They jumped from number 1 to 2. We saw them literally decline to the 11th spot.
And then for them to work their way back up to the 6th seed. And honestly, like I was saying last week, for them to still be in the fighting chance to maybe get into that 5th, 4th seed, which, I mean, it's going to be tough because, I mean, they're 3 games behind right now. But, I mean, if they can do it, bro.
I think they can.
If they could do it, that's incredible in my opinion. So, I'm super excited about it. I really am. I really, truly think they're going to be something special. So, if they can keep it up and get into the playoffs, I don't think nobody wants to see Jimmy and Steph in the playoffs.
Oh, and I'm gonna keep staying there. I don't care who's in the West. I don't care about Luka and the Lakers. I don't care about the Thunder and Shy. I don't care about anybody that's in the West. When you have a determined Draymond's been, his attitude, his behavior has been perfect. When he plays like that,
this is old school Draymond.
When Curry has joy in his eyes again. Like, when you go on that horrific run and they were bad, his joy was gone.
Yeah, I mean, even during his podcast that they're talking, they are, they're like, you can tell that he's excited about what's about to happen. Like, and whenever you see an excited Steph like this, how he's playing with this, like, joy, yeah, but like.
It's very dangerous. And you go and look, he's averaging.
Shimmy Chef is the scariest chef. When everybody talks about, I want to see when a nigga starts getting real serious, when Steph starts kind of goofing around a little bit, playing around with you, that's when it gets real serious. So, like, yeah, I mean, those in that 6th seed is incredible. I'm not sure, like I said, if the playoffs ended right now and they had to play. Who they playing? The Rockets right now. The Rockets are such a young team. The only person they would have that actual veteran threat would be Van Fleet. So
and you gotta think about it. He did beat.
That'd be tough, bro. Thompson, like how hungry that Thompson boy is, how hungry Jalen Green is.
Experience.
I'll give you that, but that's going to be you're right. I think it'll be on about 6 games. 6 games is probably a perfect way of putting it. I think
Warriors will beat them in 6 games. The Rockets will take, games 3. I mean, they'll take probably games 1 and maybe 5. But 2, 3, 4, and 6, I got the Warriors beating them.
We touched on it a little bit, but let's talk about. You said what record did you said he broke the?
He's on his way to breaking. It's not really a record, but it's a milestone. He will be the only player with 4,000 threes.
I mean, yeah, he already broke the record. So, yeah, 4,000 threes. He's busted out with it. He's going to come in with it. What, you said how many? You say 11 more?
Tomorrow. So, I look for him to be it tomorrow or the next game.
Yeah, because he's got Portland, and then he's got Then they got the Kings, so he's either gonna pick.
He's gonna heat them up. Yeah, so we're gonna be on the lookout for that. Let's talk about the game of the year. We had the Lakers visiting the Celtics. Celtics whooped their ass. Before the third quarter ended, they was up 20 points.
And then it sucks, man, because even seeing LeBron go down, that injury is kind of big as well. So I mean, it's going to be to see where they come from this season right now, because getting beat. I mean, the game came down a little bit, but the whole game, it looked like the Celtics were just a better team the entire game. So that's going to be interesting to see, because that was a good test. I mean, Lakers were was doing extremely well these last few days, those last few games, last few weeks, and they were excited getting hit, and then they just got punched in the face against the Celtics. Jason Tatum did his thing, I mean,
it's coming down to, because
Jason Tatum giving you a 40 piece, and then Jaylen Brown giving you a 31. But that really just shows you where their issues are right now. That's talking about wing defense. I love Finney Smith. I love doing that, but it's going to be tough whenever you have to just rely on.
My shit lagging.
We're back at it. We're just a little bit new at this, so we're trying to figure out what to do with everything. So, but yeah, we're talking about the Tatum. I want to talk over the fact that he had 40 on them offload him, and just how different, like how much of a game plan that they said that they were going to come in with this, and all of a sudden now we are straight up really seeing what the Lakers are made of.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, he's been playing at an MVP level. I think
but he always is. Like I said, he's been playing like that for almost his entire career.
Ever since he came into,
he's been so consistent to a point where I think nobody even wants to give him props because of how consistent he's been. But that's just how it works. And when you're great, people don't really care about it if you keep doing it for too long. Same thing with Russell. I mean, when Russell was doing triple doubles every goddamn year, after all, everybody was like, triple double, who cares? And it's like, dude, that was a triple double. This boy had 40 and 12, and no one's even talking about it like that. But like I said, they're a really great team, because not only did he have 40 and 12, Jaylen Brown had 31 of them hoes. So I mean, they're out here really balling. I mean, they're doing it's kind of scary how good. It really is scary just how good they are, because any night two or three players are going to give you something. It was just crazy. And then Kristaps not even back. Kristaps didn't even play last night.
That's why I said the Celtics. I didn't think the Lakers were going to win this game, just because I felt like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown had something to prove with this game. You coming, to a hot Lakers team who's actually redefined themselves. You want to make a statement as, we're the defending champion.
You're right.
Doesn't matter who you fucking got. We're going to go out here and show you what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's what they did.
This was a true test for his defense. His defense did not step up how I thought it was going to.
I mean, he ain't, but that's what I'm saying. This is why this game right here, the Celtics going against someone these elite wings, and then having to also guard someone as that. I mean, look, Drew only had 7 points, but look, just the fact that what Drew can do and what Derek White can do, what Peyton Pritchard can do, Luka can't. These teams like this, what's he going to do against OKC? What's he going to do against the Celtics? What's he going to do? These elite teams like that league got.
But he shut them down when it mattered.
Mm-hmm.
So let me say that he shut them down, when it mattered, because the Lakers weren't down by 20-something points, and they came back and, they lost by 10. But at the same time, LeBron did go out. I don't know how many points he ended with the game.
22.
Okay, so 22 points he ended with the game. And he's out for 2 weeks. So the real question now becomes, can Luka now lead his team without your help? Because it's been you and LeBron these last couple of nights.
That's what I mean. This stuff like this game really shows you exactly what this team is made of, because I don't know, we want to be happy about them, but honestly, the question is this second seed a false? Is it false gold? Is this second seed false? Are they really a 2 seed? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
2 seed?
I don't.
2 seed.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. The Nuggets did get beat by OKC, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. I want to discuss just about how, because just last night, just today, Shea did his thing. So,
and Jokic had a game.
They always go. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I don't know what the Lakers are going to do against teams like that. The elite teams in this NBA in the playoffs. What are they going to do, especially when you're going at Luka?
And then not only
When they picking on
that, you're
Luka.
missing a big man because you trade away.
I said last week, and I'm gonna keep on saying until they get one.
Get a big man in this trade. You just got Luka, who
And that's
is
the
a
problem.
point guard and can play the shooting guard, but he does not play good defense against good teams, and that's just the reality of the situation. When you go into the playoffs this year, you're looking at teams that's going to match up against your best players, and those best players also have to defend. We know Luka Doncic is an amazing offensive weapon, but can he defend? He hasn't been able to defend.
Nope.
I mean, you go back into the finals, they were great on offense, but what about defense? They wasn't able to shut down Tatum, wasn't able to shut down Brown.
I mean, 40 and 31. I mean, that does you everything.
When
Does you everything.
The playoffs, it comes to the finals, anybody would tell you it don't matter how many points you drop, it's how many points you stop.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we're talking shit about the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies are sitting 4th seed, so that's what I'm saying. Are the Lakers really? Because I don't know if I think the Grizzlies will do a much better job against these teams and these elite teams. I do think they have a much better defensive line.
The Grizzlies anymore. Like the last time I had so much hope in them, and then the only reason why they won against Dallas is because Dallas has had a lot of injuries. If those injuries was not there, Grizzlies would have been still losing. So
I cannot imagine being a Maverick right now.
That's like I couldn't either. I feel
being a Dallas Maverick fan is just the most. Just think of the season that you thought you were going to have, the potential that you guys were going in, and then all of a sudden, like, why? What the world? What kind of voodoo did they put against on Dallas? Because I mean, you're like this off season, you thought you're going to be doing well. You got these 2 young, really good young big men. Both of them niggas out. You got Luka, he gone. Kyrie,
he out. Feel bad for
my
Kyrie.
favorite player, so I'm always gonna not disrespect Kyrie.
You can't disrespect Kyrie. I mean,
but
his injury is very sad. But this comes back on the GM, and I've been saying, you got 2 players in the league from.
Yeah.
That's Anthony Davis and Zion Williams. Those 2 players.
Hey, but I don't want to talk about Zion. But look, Zion doing his thing right now, so let's not put that bad on him. Because I think just because he has been playing, I think the smart thing to do is let him get some run time in. Because he hasn't.
It's important, but you don't want him to get hurt, and y'all season is already over.
I give you that, but I do want him to play because he hasn't been getting no play, man. And I do want to see him out there and play.
He has lost some weight, which is good.
I mean, he's playing so good. He's looking really good out there, man.
He can be more healthy.
He's looking really good out there.
So yeah, he is doing better.
I mean, he didn't play. I don't think he played last night. So I mean, I don't think he played against the. So I think that's what they're doing. You're right. That's what they're doing. Maybe you are just resting the rest because they are done, but.
Yeah, they're like 15 and 46 or something like that. So
I just don't understand what some of these teams are doing. Because, imagine if the Spurs are able to get Cooper Flag. Or, I mean, if Pelicans get Cooper Flag, that'd be cool, too. But I think they don't really need a Cooper Flag, the Pelicans. The Jazz, in my opinion, don't really need a Cooper Flag. They got Lauri Markkanen, who's a more experienced Cooper Flag, so in my opinion. And I don't know, man. This bottom team, and to see the Suns there is just disgusting. Ugh.
I mean,
it's disgusting to see them there.
The Suns were where the Warriors were at, and the Warriors were where the Suns are at right now. So to see those teams switch seeding is crazy because Kevin Durant is just so gun ho when saying that it's not time to return back to the Warriors, and he's right. It's not. Because you haven't succeeded in your goal.
You're right.
You have a goal to win a championship.
I don't think he's going to return back to the Warriors. What I think he's going to go to is the Mavericks. I think he's going to go play with Kyrie and AD.
If I'm going to be 100% honest, I'm going to keep it real. I don't care where he goes no more, and I don't care what ring he gets.
See, this is the problem. I really hate this. Why? Because what door is closed?
This door. When Kevin Durant left, it was a controversy. And I'm not saying this just because I'm a Stephen Curry fan. I like to be fair. And it just so happens Steph Curry has the benefit from this. But, however, it was a stipulation for Steph Curry to be in a conversation of GOATs. He had to win a ring without Kevin Durant. I think it's fair. I think it's only fair KD gets a ring without Curry.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put that stipulation on one player and you don't put it on the other. Because at the end of the day, KD came to Steph's team, regardless of how you.
What stipulation are we putting on?
You know, they put the stipulation that Stephen Curry could not win a ring and he couldn't win MVP without KD.
But we've already proven that's not true, though.
Yeah, because he beat the Boston Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
So now that my point goes to KD. He doesn't want to return to the Warriors, and I don't think he should until he gets a ring without Curry.
Yeah.
Nobody's making that a point. Everybody just saying, like, KD's one of the greatest players. He is. But he is not a GOAT. I'm sorry.
See, that's where I disagree because he is a GOAT. I think
he's not a GOAT of champions.
He is. I think his resume, and I think that's what's unfair about it, because there's a lot of players out there that people respect and think are so incredible, so great, so amazing, who have done similar things and that no one really talks about. Charles Barkley did the same thing when he came to the Suns.
Of course.
He was asking around, talking about people, and he got an MVP, got an Finals MVP, and still didn't get no championship. There's a lot of different people out there so I just hope in history that a lot of these sentiments that he gets on him, these issues that everybody talks about, I just pray that it gets lost in history, because KD is still the anomaly in the NBA. I mean, it doesn't matter whatever. He's still he is the 7-foot player that can do everything on the basketball court, up and down. There is nothing. He is the creative player. There would be no Victor without KD. There's no Bobo. There's no all of these elite, skilled big men that can do all these different things that are coming up in this league, all these high school players. Like, we want to talk about Steph changing the game. We want to talk about Mike changing the game. But KD also is one of those players that changed the game. And I think we forget about that. I think just because he went and got himself 2 championships, because if he does not get these championships, his career, if he stays loyal in his career and he goes with this same OKC, they don't ever do nothing or whatever it may be, and they don't do shit, he gets lost in history. I mean, or people talk shit so much about him, but he needs these 2 championships.
Disagreeing that at all, but
Finals MVP and MVP.
To not hold him to the same standard.
People do, they hate on him. I think everybody talks so much shit about him. So I mean, I think he's actually more ridiculed, more scrutinized than Steph, to be honest with you. Steph is a beloved, especially after he got that ball, after he beat Boston. Steph could do no wrong, and then he went and got a gold medal. Steph can do no wrong right now. Steph is cemented in history.
Because he never had that before.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. He was on the team with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala. They had just won 2 championships. No, a championship. And I think right when KD came, they had won. He was the only player getting paid less money. But he was the star of that team.
I mean, it could be like a Jalen Brunson idea. It could be one of those Jalen Brunson things where he's just getting less money, you know?
He got less money because he was the first on the team.
Yeah.
He was the first guy.
He's paid now. I mean, he's one of the highest paid. So, I mean, it could be one of those things where it just says how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And that's why Clay left, because he wanted to get paid, and we weren't paying him.
We have to talk about this man right here who's just in the tabloids right now. Anthony Edwards. This man has went to the court, basically told the judge, hey, I want to prove that this kid is my kid.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And doesn't want to be the kid's life. So what do you think about that? I mean, you're a grown ass man, and before I get on to how I feel, because I feel
do what you gotta do. And if the kid says, and him being Anthony Edwards, he needs to pay child. I mean, look.
And he did offer to pay child support. He just doesn't want to be in the kid's life. So he's offered to pay child support. He's okay with the amount. Then he just don't want to be in the kid's life.
Look, I think we keep forgetting that AE is 22, and this was just a girl that he was just. I mean, this is what happens whenever you. So what's the problem? Do we know if the girl wants AE in the child's life?
The controversy with this all was at the beginning, because there was a lot of messages that came out. He never wanted the kid from jump.
Obviously, no. Why would he?
Exactly. He has a lot of more kids that he does not take care of. I don't really know. I can't really speak on his business.
Because he's raw dogging and everything he can
take care of. He just celebrated their birthday, but he was openly that he didn't want this child. However, a lot of people felt that the woman just wanted a check.
Yeah, duh. Yeah.
And I do feel like that
Most of them.
so he is Lil Baby's baby mama. So right then and there, you're messing with a 23-year-old and you're 38. He's old enough to be your son.
Yeah, man, she knew what she was doing.
On that aspect, I don't think he's wrong because
And that's probably why he doesn't want anything to do with the kid, because he probably was. Who knows? Who knows? We don't. Like I'm saying, we don't know what happened that night.
situation. Everybody's saying that he should have wore protection.
100%. And we don't know. And we don't know. We also have heard stories like, remember the girl with Drake? I mean, there's certain things and certain precautions that we know we have to do.
Trap these young guys.
And I get that. He didn't want to be trapped, and this is his way of being trapped. So if he's look, and if he's going to pay money, that means he does care a little bit. And I get it. We all don't want this whole stigma on the black man not being a father, but we do have to understand that there are nuances to all of this. There are two people involved in this, and if that woman's also out here trying to play a trick and trying to use this as a game, then I mean, this is how the game. This is how the game is played.
Don't feel sorry for her.
This is how the game is played. Yeah. Well, why would you? You know what you're doing. And now you about to get more money than a lot of people are going to be getting just
he doesn't
get nutted in.
She actually is a resident of Atlanta. She drove to Cali to have the baby, and thinking that I guess because Cali has a no child support limit, so she.
Oh, see.
So she.
No, see, that's not fair. See, that's not. Come on.
Were stated that he had no problem paying child support, but only in the city of where the child.
Obviously, why would you go to? See, that's what I'm saying. That's the shit I'm talking about. No. See, that's not fair. No.
Fuck shit. Guess who's not paying child support?
No, yeah, you don't deserve it.
Doesn't have to feel too bad for her, because when you're doing shit like that, you're just trying to get a check.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel too. I don't.
So who knows what happened that night? Who knows what how she exploited?
That's what I'm saying.
And again, this 40-year-old woman is taking advantage of, and no one wants to talk. And nobody wants to talk about that from that side. And I get from the other side, it makes it's there's a lot more to it. But there is something that needs to be studied, need to be talked about these older women preying on these little boys.
Exactly.
There's something about that needs to be said and needs to be talked about, because I don't get it.
So I don't feel too bad for her that he doesn't want to be in the child's life. When you do shit like that, you're just asking for somebody not that. And at least he was willing to pay child support. So now you get nothing.
I'm glad.
So
that's what you deserve.
So kudos to.
I want to be that guy, but that's what you deserve. I'm sorry.
I agree. So just to do a recap on the games, and you can move on to something else. The Nets beat the Hornets beat the Nets.
Thank God.
Now had 26 points, 9 from 20 from the field goal. D'Angelo Russell had 28 points, 10 for 18 from the field. The Wizards beat the Raptors by 1 point. Jordan Poole had a game, 34 points, 12 for 20 from the field.
Jordan Poole's been balling. He really has been doing this thing. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Wizards in any they're also. But they're also one of those teams for me. But he's been doing his thing. He has been.
I'm always a fan of Poole, so I am him. RJ Barrett had 23 points, 7 of 7.
That's a sleeper. RJ Barrett's a sleeper. One of those sleeper players in the NBA. I think he really needs. He's one of those people that if you got him to the right team, and I know the Raptors are trying their best right now. And I love that he's home playing up there, or I guess he's in Canada playing for his home country. But I want. RJ Barrett is one of those players that if he was on a different team, he could be like one of those like really key missing pieces to a championship. Like that's how good he is, in my opinion. And he's just up there, just kind of getting. No one's just sleeping. Ain't nobody seeing it. Ain't nobody watching him. That's why sometimes in this NBA, that's how you know it's kind of crazy, because there's a lot of great players in this league that ain't gonna get no shine. But whatever. Continue.
And then, the last game was the Magic beating the Bucks. Vaccaro, 29 points, 9 of 16. Giannis, 37 points, 15 of 23.
Giannis is kind of like LeBron, to where every year you could give him the MVP.
You could.
Honest, if you just tell me, like, if you're like, we're just going to give it to Giannis instead of Shea and Jokic, I'd be like, okay, cool. Because he is such, like, his averages right now is so ridiculous that it's up. It's not, I get Jokic is almost averaging a triple-double, that's amazing. But 30, 12, and 5 is just stupid, bro. And 60% field goal is stupid.
I just don't think him and Dame match well.
I mean, they've been playing well together. They've been playing well together.
Well, but what is their ceiling?
Championship. championship.
Think they can beat the Celtics in a 7?
I do. Yeah, I do. 100%.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? They have a good team.
Who do they have over there that's better than the Celtics over there? Right?
It doesn't matter who they have better. I think it's because their two players are so good. And then look, so if we can truly get a real Dame Lillard, like a real Portland Dame, and all we need a few games of that because Giannis is going to be consistently giving you that 35 and 15 like he's going to do every playoff if he stays healthy. But the key to this whole thing is two players, and I think is getting Kevin Porter Jr. as a backup point or a backup combo guard that's going to get you a bucket.
Right.
And then adding Kyle Kuzma, even though I'm not a fan of Kuzma, adding Kuzma to the lineup right here, honestly, to my opinion, was a great move. Especially if you can get comfortable. Look, we got to what 15, 20 more games, and I'm not sure. It's like I think it's like 15 to 20 more games left in the league right now. If they can really get comfortable in this, and I think their problem is always going to be having Doc Rivers as your coach. I think he's a terrible coach. He's always going to be a terrible coach. That's just me. I don't know what he's really done. Wait, I'm sorry. I take it back. I don't think he's a terrible coach. I just don't see how he keeps having a job. I don't get it. There's a lot of coaches out there that have been doing a great job and has maybe had a couple bad seasons but like the Bucks were really good when they got Doc and then got bad when Doc came. And then
he said he's going to start taking coaching more seriously.
It's weird.
The NBA Cup is stupid. I'm sorry. I feel like it's I love
the first season of it. I thought it was kind of cool, but this year it was something about it was just like, oh yeah, the cup. I don't know what it was about it. You're right, but I do think the Bucks ceiling is shit. I think they could actually do something right now. I mean, like again, the Celtics are always fucking scary, but to me it's only three teams. It's only Cavaliers. It's only Cavaliers, Celtics, and Bucks. Ain't nobody else out there, in my opinion, can really do it. Because the Knicks, again, the playoffs are hard. They do too much.
They were one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. What happened to them? They had injuries.
That's what I'm saying. Playoffs are hard, bro. Like that shit, it don't make no sense. Like you can't be playing how you playing all these times, and then this whole 45 minutes a night type shit. Like, can't be doing that. And then get in the playoffs and expect you're going to be healthy in the playoffs. And especially going against some teams that, like, got injured, honestly, at the right time and coming back at the right time. This Bobby Portis thing is a blessing in disguise. Him getting a break, honestly, for 25 games and being on that suspension for 25 games, which is hilarious. His story about it is hilarious, in my opinion. But for him to be at 25 games and getting kind of a good rest to come back in and kind of be fit, and like if he can get in a good rhythm and still be healthy and still be in shape, that's a good time to come back in. That's a good push, a good healthy push if you can be a good X factor. So, but yeah, I think it's only the Cavs, which I think is so funny how everybody's talking, like Charles said it perfectly. Everybody's talking about two for some reason when the number one teams in this have been incredible all year, and for some reason no one thinks they're gonna win it.
Let me tell you why.
Why? It don't make no sense.
I'm going to tell you why. Let's go back over the course of who has been the NBA champion. Last year, who was it? The Celtics. What was their record the whole season? Where were they seated at?
They were number one last year, right?
Okay, that's the first year. The second year, who won?
I don't know.
Denver.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you talking about championship? Yeah, Dan.
So Denver probably was number one that whole season too?
Nah, I think they were like the third seed or something like that.
Who was the number one seed? OKC.
Yeah.
The year before that, who won the championship? The Lakers. So the Warriors.
That was the Warriors, yeah. They were like 6 or some shit.
The year before that championship.
Oh, you're right. But that's what I'm saying.
That's why. Every number one seeded team has choked. Not one seeded team.
Well, you're right.
In NBA championship.
You're right.
Because they've had a great season. OKC had a great season that year that the Warriors won. They was number 6.
The Thunder and Cavs look so good, bro. You know how hard it is to only lose 10 games?
No.
Like, that's...
I know, but...
And they're not just, like, beating teams and sometimes. Like, they've beaten teams. And then they'll lose one game and then go on another 11-game win streak. They have the most win streaks.
It's because...
The Cavs are so good, bro.
Serious. I want to see them do it in the playoffs. I don't care about regular season games. You can go back to all regular season games and you can see, okay, yeah, they could go on a 15-game win streak. But can you do that in the playoffs?
You're right.
Can you go on a they tell you have to win 16?
I don't know what they're gonna do in the playoffs. I don't know what they're gonna do in the playoffs. You're right. Because for some reason I don't know. It's just I don't know if they can I don't know if they can do it if they can beat 7 games if they can beat Celtics in 7 games. I don't know.
And that's the problem. That's why
I don't know.
taking that team serious. So for that team to really, you got to listen to that criticism and you got to go out there and beat those criticisms. So do I feel like the Cavs can win and go to the finals? I do feel like they can if they're coached properly and if Mitchell and everybody else show up. You got to show up from game.
But that's the thing. They've been showing up, so we'll see. I think we'll see. And I want to see the Thunder do well. Like I said, that's who I want to come out. I want the Thunder to come out, and I want the Cavs to come out. That's who I want the.
That's a realistic prediction. But until they show me something more,
I think they deserve it. And
a first round team or a second round team,
for me, it's
go with experience over youngins.
I'm the same way. I think it's always gonna be Cavs. I think for me, East is either got to be Cavs and Bucks, and I think for the West, I would love to see the Warriors come out of it. But I think realistically, it's gonna be the Thunder.
There's no team in the West that can beat my boy when he's this happy. You can't steal my man joy. Can't steal that smile.
The Nuggets can beat them.
Man,
look, I'm a Steph fan. But the Nuggets can beat them.
Somebody who is fantasy.
The Nuggets can beat them. The Nuggets can beat them. The Thunder can beat them. Because Chet looked great. Chet looked like and like I said, he's coming back healthy. His injury, I hate that he had an injury, but that's one of those blessings in disguise and one of those things you have to look in, the positive energy and all that shit that I love is moments like that because the fact that he's coming in now is perfect timing. He got a nice little rest. I was hoping that he stayed in shape, but they were already great defensively without their anchor, and he looking great. And he's going to be such a big. I think him beating the Nuggets just cemented themselves and I think just cemented his MVP as Shea. So I think it's one of those things where they just beat the shit out of the Nuggets, bro. 127-103.
I want them to be great. I want everybody.
And Jokic, which is funny, only had 24, 13, and 9. Which is funny to say he only had 24, 13, and 9, but that did a good. That means they did a good. That's funny because they means they did a good job on him.
I don't care.
But then
I did something about the Warriors this year. I feel it. And anytime I get this little feeling, them boys go to the finals.
Look, I want to see it. I love seeing Steph in the playoffs. And I think like I said last week,
that's it.
We need our like NBA stars. We need these OG stars in the playoffs. We gotta have it.
Right, what they on set.
We gotta have it. So
LeBron in the playoffs. I need Curry in the playoffs. I need KD. I don't need the youngest because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to experience. And I do feel like a playoff Jimmy Butler, a playoff Steph Curry, a playoff Draymond Green, and a playoff Jonathan Kuminga. I feel like those are dangerous players. I feel like this is a dangerous team. And I feel like this is a team that can sneak into the playoffs and really go to the Western Conference Final. I feel like that's their ceiling. And if they go to the Western Conference Final, I feel like they got
I don't know, man. I just don't know. I love the Warriors. It's just they kind of have the same problem the Lakers got. They don't have no big man. Thing that I'm worried about. I know we always talking about shooting the perimeter. That's what we always talk about today's game. But we always do have to have somebody in the middle to either guard somebody because we also have elite. The West has a couple elite big men.
No, you're right.
That you got to go through. That you got to be able to guard. And I don't know if we can guard a Sangoon at the very least, let alone a Jokic. That's the thing. That's why when we talk about if it ended today and we had to go against the Rockets in 4 games. So look, I think Steph can put somebody to sleep in 4 games. So I won't ever put that past Steph. The way he put the Celtics to sleep, I would never put it past him. But he got to do it though, bro. I don't know if everybody else can do it because Jimmy.
If you go back to the Nuggets can be beat, and I'm gonna tell you how right now. And the same way the Nuggets can be beat, the Thunder can be beat.
Nuggets can be beat, yeah.
The Nuggets can be beat by allowing Jokic to get his triple-double. You allow Jokic to get his triple-double.
I'm the opposite because I think if he gets his triple-double, that means I think the key to always guarding Nuggets is guarding is making him be a scorer and don't allow him to be the passer that he wants to be. Because once he starts getting a rhythm like that, he starts getting everybody involved. Everybody starts kind of flowing. Their energy's balling. They doing their thing. That's when shit gets fucking scary.
When you think about how to beat a team,
Like tonight, he had 24, not 13 and 9. He only had 9 assists. That's what you want. You want him under 10 assists. If he starts getting you that 13, that 12, that fucking 20, fucking 2 that he just had the other night, which is stupid. 30, 20, and 20 is stupid. So for him to have that type of fucking, those are the type of nights where he's like, everybody's involved. Everybody's fucking feeling great. And then once everybody's feeling great on that end, they're playing hard on the defensive end. And that's why I think when you have to guard Jokic, you got to make him just to go out there and get buckets where everybody's kind of like stagnant. Michael Porter Jr. is just in the corner somewhere. Murray's just kind of looking at Jokic because he's the only one having to score. But the Nuggets look good, and that's the Nuggets are gonna always look good because Jokic is still great. But yeah, I mean, look, I think the Warriors, the only team the Warriors have to worry about, in my opinion, is the Thunder and Jokic, but the Thunder specifically. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if we can.
The Thunder, you get the Nuggets to go head to head first round. That
wing that out.
But that's not gonna happen just because
we can beat Grizzlies. We could beat the Lakers. We could beat the Clippers. If we we could beat any of those teams. There's no team in the playoff running right now that I'm worried that if the Warriors had to play, I think they'd be worried about besides
the Lakers gonna take
the Nuggets and the Thunder.
At least
because LeBron's gonna always if LeBron's healthy.
Because that year that they played him in that playoff, I feel like the only reason why they lost was because of Kenny Walker, whatever his name is.
Lonnie Walker.
Yeah. That's the only reason why they lost, because when Curry had a triple-double that game. And I say Curry's not dropping 40 points and 10 rebounds and 9 assists in another game this series. So that was the series right there when they could have went off. And I will always blame it on Klay Thompson. I'm sorry. Your point guard goes out there and gets you 40 points. You can't go out there and give me at least 25?
Again, that's what we talked about last week. Ultimately, that's why he is not there no more. So I get it.
Now, you got a Jimmy Butler who can go out there and get you 20.
I want to see. I do want to see that. Even if they don't, I think it's going to be an exciting playoff just to see Jimmy and Steph playing the playoffs together. Because next year,
it's definitely beat it because they'll figure it out.
They're going to figure something out.
Out there and get them a big man.
Yeah, they're going to figure something out. We do need to go out there and get a big man. That's the only thing we need.
So let's move on to the next topic. We're done with sports for tonight. We'll, resume on that on Twitter. By the way, check out our Twitter page. Check out our IG page.
Go follow your boy. I mean, cause we're trying to do this thing. So go follow us, subscribe with us. Let's do this. We're trying to figure this out. We're going to figure it out together. That's going to be the cool thing about seeing us all grow together. That's going to be the dope thing about it all. So, just rock with us for a little while.
For episode 1. Stay with us until...
Do it all. We're going to try our best to be as consistent as possible. So it's going to be dope when y'all see us in episode 1, episode 2, then all of a sudden we at like 500, 600, 200, whatever it may be. So that's going to be dope, yeah.
And like I said, hit us on Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Twitter all the time. I'll be tweeting these games, so I'm definitely going to tweet tonight's game.
And we're going to start tweeting topics, questions, because we don't, right now, we're starting off, we're trying to get some new things going, but soon we're going to be having people call in. We're going to be giving y'all advice. We're going to be giving you guys all our what y'all didn't ask for, but we're going to give it to you anyway. I don't give a buck. So I just want you guys.
Special guests.
Got special guests.
I know this one friend. She is huge. She's not really huge on Instagram, but she is huge. She's verified. She, does her music. And I think it would be good publicity for both of us.
Okay.
To have her on the show, talk about her music.
Okay.
Talk about what she's into right now. I'd already asked her. She said she's good whenever we're ready. Let her know what she'll link up, and she'll be a special guest on our podcast. So special guest lined up.
Okay, we'll get that going. That's dope.
Anytime anybody y'all got something y'all got going on, let us know. Hit us up.
Get it off your chest. We're going to have a form that we can put into our bio. Go click on it. Answer the question if you don't feel comfortable. But I'm also going to have a number on there that you guys can call to just vent. If you want to just let it all out to the world or whatever you're feeling. We can change your voice. It's going to be anonymous, whatever it may be. And if you're going to call in, we're going to give you advice as well. Again, we don't give a fuck if you care about our advice or not. We're going to give it to you anyway. That's going to be the cool thing about it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we're excited about it. So just call in, leave it on. We see the form whenever we get it all set up here in a couple, like right after this, honestly.
Yeah, so definitely, and again, y'all always support. Like he said, we're new at this. We're going to be consistent as possible. And we're both excited. I know I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
We've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time, and it's a lot of work. So stay with us. It's just us two right now. Like he said, we're gonna be talking about a lot of us stuff. Not just gonna be about basketball.
Speaking about, that's a good transition to go into because I want to talk to you about it, Alicia. 'Cause me and Scene have been watching Could Have Been Love, right? You know Drewski? Are you familiar with Drewski at all? Okay, so yeah, he has that show, Could Have Been Love. And as being the only person I know that's probably has more of an understanding of it, he is really into studs, it looks like. And I'm really confused by it. And I'm always like, how does a stud feel in everyday life? 'Cause I get it, it's just a joke in the show that whatever he's doing. But in everyday life, if you just walking around and a nigga comes up to you and starts hitting on you, how does that make you feel?
Like I said,
I know
to me all the time. And
all the time.
yeah,
Cause you got it like that. So niggas are always coming up on you, checking up on you.
at first I don't catch on to it because I just like I'm a cool.
You just chilling.
I'm just
You just dab them up. So you over here thinking like, well, that's why I don't understand.
say I'm not into men. Like I know a lot of studs that are into men.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
To men.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know of a lot of, how are you a stud and also, and I get it, they say sexuality is a fluid and whatever the fuck that terminology is, but it kind of blows my mind whenever you start seeing these studs talk about, well, I'm gonna, you dress, we gonna share the same clothes?
I don't get it neither. And that's
nah, bro, you can wear my hoodie. It's straight, girl.
A stud is a dominant person.
Exactly.
Relationship. So for me,
we're gonna play 2K together, and then you were gonna.
You can be the homeboy, but you can't be boyfriend.
That's what's.
I'm not into the whole dating men, talking to men, sleeping with men. I want to sleep with women.
Only women.
Only women.
So when a guy comes up to you and does ask you and does hit on you, like, are you just? Do you? Is all you can do?
Because it's funny. I do the same thing if a girl comes and hit on me. If a girl comes and hit on me, I'll laugh the shit out too. I mean,
it's just funny.
It is. It's funny as hell. It's not a thing to be like, oh, leave me alone.
So there's no world where you would date a man.
If you're not Maurice Brown.
so there is a world where there is a man out there. So there is a man out there.
Touch me in that way.
Okay.
Let me just say that I will never lay down with Chris Brown. I will be very fortunate.
Very fortunate. Okay.
I don't.
Okay. That's interesting.
I love Chris Brown, but I wouldn't lay down with him. But that is a world where I would date Chris Brown. We don't have to touch though.
That's the part I'm really confused by it because again, we've been watching it and the whole show is about 5-6 of them things up in there. Just and I'm like, look, they look. If you want to think they're cute, all you want, but isn't it? You just have.
I think for a straight man, it builds their ego to know that they can get a stud because a stud is a dominant person.
So you think it's like
still a female.
So you think if I can turn this girl, I can turn I love.
That's how.
If I can crack these cheeks, I can crack any cheeks.
That's how.
If I can get them cheeks, I can get any cheeks. Okay. I mean, I get that. I get that logic. As a straight man, I get that logic because that's another thing as a straight man. Because Doechii, which I love Doechii.
They want to be like, oh, you know what? I think I can get her.
Maybe that's the issue.
I will kick you in the nuts. I will go get my dad. He will shoot you in the face.
You go get your dad. See, it's because you don't even consider yourself a stud.
No, I consider myself Alicia. Like anybody that asks me, like, "Oh, Alicia, are you a stud?" I don't dress like a girl.
Which you've never. I mean, look, you're my. People don't know this. I don't know if y'all know this is my my real life cousin. I've known you since my whole life.
Whole life for real.
You know me because I'm older than you. You know me your whole life, literally. So, and I think I've seen you in a dress 3 times. And that's when we were like 5, 6.
I have a picture when I was in the dress. I was in.
You went to prom as well. You wore a dress to prom, right? Military ball. Yeah. I remember that picture. We gotta get that picture for the fans. We gotta get that picture for the fans. I think that they would love to see. I think your people would love to see that. I remember that picture.
Listen, that picture only exists because I had to go with a dude. One year I did go with a female. I did go with my ex-girlfriend.
Would you have worn a dress with the ex-girlfriend? Did you wear a dress?
Yeah, I had.
So you had to wear because the military ball. I made you wear a dress. You couldn't rock a suit. You couldn't rock the blazer. Okay, but still so. Again, I've only seen you wear, so you don't consider yourself a stud, but you've only seen you in I've never seen you in anything besides quote unquote boy clothes.
I've been a tomboy,
Quote unquote male clothes.
and
Like I said, a couple times I would see you come up and you were rocking one of my jackets. You were rocking one of my stuff. So I would see something like, oh, that's my jacket.
yeah, because around that time, Grandma was like, you're not gonna wear the girl clothes that I buy you. And I told her, I said, no. I said, I don't know why you keep wasting your money.
Which is funny how Grandma still thinks she probably still thinks you're in a phase right now. A 30-year-old phase.
Dude, if it's not Christopher Maurice Brown,
Again.
I'm not marrying no man.
That's crazy.
I said, I don't know how many times I'm gonna tell you that, how many times I'm gonna spill it. Grandma you're in a phase. It's okay.
Which is funny to me.
I love you. The phase was over when I got out the.
Okay, so we got it. So no men. It's still. I think it's weird. I think it's weird that all that niggas are hitting on studs out here in these streets.
So they want the challenge. They want the thrill.
And I think it's weird that studs are out here getting clapped by niggas, and that shit don't make no sense to me. But
they are clapping cheeks, but they won't clap these.
I would love to hear that. So, people, I want y'all to talk to me. If we have any other stud fans out there that happen to hear this, I would love to hear y'all stories on niggas hitting on you. I want y'all to call in if y'all can talk to us about. And we'll play because it's been really me and my girl have been going through it because we've been watching it. I've been loving it. It's a funny show. You should go check it out. It's super hilarious. Love out what he's doing out here as a young black man doing his thing out here in these streets. So I love it. But it's just it's funny that it's all studs. I mean, I'm like 7, 8, 9 of them studs, and it's just like I'm like I know they're trying to get that money. I get it. Would you do a show like that to get money?
No,
not even. I mean, $50K though. 50,000? No, it's just none of them. They're not even. They're just on there competing for quote unquote his love, and you ain't competing. If you ain't, there's no. But you're not trying to. They're not. They're not doing nothing really.
I don't care how much.
I'll do the next audition.
A grown ass man's attention. I got a hard time competing for a club. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
The damn drumstick.
Yeah.
If it was Christopher Maurice Brown.
Okay, the full government is just the full government is crazy. That's 3 times you don't put his full government out there.
People don't understand.
Christopher Maurice
Brown.
Okay, anyway. All right, people. So we out here. That's our last. It's episode 2. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for listening. We back at it. We gonna keep doing this. Alicia, ain't that true?
And like I said, y'all, please follow our Instagram page. If you follow me, my name is P.S. Gary on Instagram. You can click the link in the bio for our YouTube channel. Also, the first episode is also still streaming on Instagram, Twitter.
It's just audio. This is our first video and audio podcast. So
just listen to.
We're growing. We already growing. That's what's crazy out here in these streets. Episode 2, we already got video. That's crazy.
Through the emotions in this.
We doing it.
And we just ask for support. If you want to talk shit. We don't care. I'll talk shit back with you. You don't want to, listen. That's cool too. But always support. We got to get into a world where black is supporting black. You know what I'm saying? Like you support the white man, support the white woman, support the black man and the black girl. But
help a brother out.
You know what I'm saying? It has been an official episode of You Killing Me Smalls. This is of course my boy Smalls.
Yep. Saying Smalls, we out here.
And this has been another banger.
It's been a banger. All right, people, appreciate y'all. Thank you.